All right, today we're going to be going through and breaking down this PP919 class setup. I will say for this SMG, it's a bit of a weird one. Some people like it, some people don't. But what I will say is it's quite unique for a few reasons. Let's break it down. Starting off with the iron sight. Again, you have a personal preference here. I think the iron sight's not too bad. As you can see, it's kind of a standard like PP9 iron sight. It's actually not too bad. I actually like it overall. But for this class setup, I did use the Elo sight. I think the way I was using this weapon overall, I think it benefited with the Kepler. Just because I was a bit more medium range, I think the visual recoil felt a little bit easier to control with this 8 attachment build. If I was running the 5 attachment build, for sure, I would not use an optic. It's a bit of a waste of an attachment. If I was making this more of an actual, like, run it down submachine gun, I probably would take this one off, take the laser off, and take the magazine off, and the rest of the build is absolutely perfect for close to medium range. But for the 8 attachment build, this is what we're working with. So, got the Kepler on, then we go to the muzzle. Now, again, bit different here. Normally for a SMG, you'll see maybe we go for a suppressor, but for this one, I feel like this is a good SMG at range as well. So I wanted to add a bit of bullet velocity and damage range so that this is kind of like a pocket AR. It's not necessarily a submachine gun and can only shoot up close. It's more of a pocket AR that can do the business up close as well. Then we go over to the barrel. Similar scenario, we're going to get the long barrel here just to give us a bit of damage range. You can try the reinforce if you want to balance it between range and bullet velocity, but I think the long barrel worked out really well for me. And then the magazine's probably the most interesting part of this weapon, because if we get rid of a magazine here, you can see we have 64 bullets. That is perfect, more than enough. So what I actually do, which is pretty weird, you don't normally see this, I actually go for fast mag 2. And what I do with that one is basically nerf the bullet. So I actually take down the bullet, but with that, we get extra ADS and extra sprint to fire speed. So that's how we're able to use the monolithic suppressor, and basically any of the ADS that we lose, we bring back here with the fast mag. So it kind of makes the weapon, you lose a little bit of magazine, but you get extra range, but no real con. And that's why I think it's a nice weapon to have at that medium range. For the rear grip, if you want it to be a bit more up close and personal, try the quick draw grip. For me, I'm more of the ergonomic grip kind of person. For every single class setup, this is a must-have for me, just because of the way Omni movement is. You want to be sideways sliding all the time. I think this is a really good attachment to have. Just like the infiltrator stock, you're going to see in most of my classes, I'm a very strafe heavy person, so when I'm using the weapon, I like to strafe a lot, so you're probably going to see me run infiltrator. If you're going to run this as an SMG only and the 5 attachment, you could balance it here with the balance stock, and you could try that out because it's got a bit more movement speed to it. Then we go across to the laser. Nothing really to say about this one, just because we have a spare attachment, so we put it on. If it was 5 attachments, we would get rid of the laser, and here we are. And then one more time, we have the fire mods here. We're going to add the recoil springs. This is kind of just a free attachment you want to have here. If you really want to kind of try the bullet velocity, go for it. But for me, I think the recoil springs is nice to have at that medium range. Now, one thing I will say is you can try this as well, and it will be the same class. Hope you enjoy the video.